Hi, gorgeous. So there are millions of videos on YouTube, probably billions actually. And I don't know that but of all those billions of videos, um, I'm not quite sure how many of them talk about how to be soft when people are doing things to you because they don't like the color of your skin. Now, I know that this video does not pertain to everybody, and I don't make this to exclude anyone at all. It's just a video that I'm kind of filming because I know that there's moments where it would have been so helpful to me to have someone guide me or hold my hand, and like even today would still be helpful. And I don't have these, so it's not a video of another. I think that there can be I'm just going to say what shouldn't be said. I think that there's the perception that, oh, a lot of Black people are whining and crying about racism, or people who are Black whining and crying about racism, and are all mad about slavery. And kind of the truth is, as we live in this turmoil times, as we live in this economic times, there's certain um, groups of people where, whether it's the frustration of what's going on economically or whatnot, some of us are being treated like garbage, and the garbage bags are kind of being dumped on us. So this is just kind of like a sister to sister video, but it's like a sister to sister video. So these are just a few things that I do. And, you know, for me, it can look like, and I want to be careful about how I talk about this because I don't want to awaken the trauma in anyone when I do talk about this. So this has only happened to me once, but I did share about it in this channel. This can be walking home from dance class and having a bunch of little kids call me the N word. This can look like, um, I know not all police are bad. This can look like an experience that I had with a police officer that was bad. This can look, which I don't want to re traumatize my body. So I never say any more of that. And it could have been worse because I'm as blessed I've walked away. And I think a lot of us know that um, what happens to Mr. Floyd happens more than people are saying. But this video is not for the serious dark cases like that. This is also more for what, like it used to be I would encounter something maybe every other month. And then it picked up to every month. And now it's about um, every week, or sometimes several times a week, depending on how often I leave the house. And so I'm doing a lot of work for myself to make sure I don't see everyone with these limbs because I just experience so much. So I want to make sure it doesn't change who I am as a person. But I've also, I'm all about the soft girl life, even in these tough moments. And the way that I teach the soft girl life is completely different than anything out there. Um, and and before I dive further, there's a book, Your Sparkles Inside of You, and it does not talk. I don't think any of the women's stories actually talk about discrimination specifically, but it is an excellent book that I created throughout my travels of sitting with different women asking you, how did you find your sparkle again? And in moments where you're being hated on the color of your skin, it's really nice to just be like, just read one of the stories every night and be like, oh, this is how I found my sparkle inside of me. So I will post the link to that below, both the Amazon way to get the ebook from version of Amazon or an ebook version that you can print out yourself. But these 5 tips. It's about 9 tips that I'm going to share with you. I have my notes right here. A lot of them are for more of I don't know if you can, it's more for when you're facing racial discrimination versus like hard on racism. So, more for like moments like, well, I don't know if I need to say the moments when we all know what the experience is like, but moments for like, I don't know, going to Starbucks, and often if there's not someone behind me, then they'll leave me there and they won't take my order for a really long time, or they'll like kind of put me down, or going shoe shopping at Macy's, and I went to Steve Madden, and they will go out of their way to let you know that you shouldn't be in the store. Don't look at my nails because my nails are messed up. I didn't mean to use my nails. So anyway, in these moments, or walking, I'm so proud of myself. I did this. I don't know that this was a racism moment. Maybe this was just a her moment, because I do try not to have that be my first look of things. But walking into a store, I walked into a restaurant 2 weeks ago, and the host didn't even greet me. She went like this, and she just said one as she was walking up to me, and then she pointed to a table in the back. So all she said was, one. That's it. There was no hi, thank you for coming, da da da, like, would you like a booth, like, da da da, how many are in your party? That wasn't anything. So it's actually a beautiful example. I kept my voice calm and I said, excuse me. I said, when you were, I said, excuse, maybe I said it, maybe I didn't say excuse me, because I don't think something I just have to say excuse me for, because that sounds like you're begging below them or something, which a lot of them kind of get off on, because they want you to feel lower. They want you to feel like that they're above you, because it's a good feeling, I guess, for some people to have, and for you to use the back door. And it's done intentionally. There is a quote, I forget what professor said it, but like, if you treat people bad enough, like you treat them like the back door, then they'll use it. So it's kind of this whole thing. But anyway, so I just said, were you pointing? My voice was very soft and feminine. I always preach that. Um, and I was like, were you pointing to me or to the person um, after, behind me? And I said, were you pointing at me or the person behind me or something? I said something along those lines. When someone you're pointing your finger, was it to me or were you pointing to the one behind me? And she said, to you. And she just kind of smashed down the menu on the table. And I took a minute and I was like, I work so hard for my money. This is a break in between dance classes. There was like an hour break because I knew I'm not great enough at dance to take an intermediate heels class. I was waiting for the beginner skills class. So I was like, you know what? Um, Actually, and so I waited for her to come out from the kitchen, and I would just politely give her the menus back. That's the key. Just being polite, but not begging, just being polite. Politely give her the menus back. And I said, I don't know if I don't, yeah, I don't remember what I said to her, but whatever I said to her, it was very, very polite. There was not any shade in it. And I told one of my girlfriends what I said, and I don't remember what it was. But anyway, and I just left. And I actually walked down, and it turns out not only six like stores I went down, there was another restaurant that had the same type of food. It was the same type of Asian food, but it was like, she was so sweet. She greeted me. She um let me, like, I shouldn't say let me, but like, I got to have my choice of like where I wanted to sit. She gave me water. She was just so like, do you need anything else? Like, oh my goodness, if it was just, I was like, what a beautiful experience. If I hadn't taken that moment to stand up for myself and be like, no, I work hard for money. This is the experience that I want. Like, I think I even mentioned to her that because I felt bad. She was doing so sweet. And I was like, oh, I feel like I should be getting more because I got like a bunch of appetizers, not entrees, because I'm like, I'm going to be going back to dance class. And yeah, so she was so kind. She was so, so kind. And so she even like refilled up my water bottle before I went to dance class. So, oh, that's right. And I can only shoot a 5-minute video here. So, what I'm going to do, because I'm like, don't want to keep on dividing videos into two, is I'm going to post the blog post to this and I'm going to read off to you the 9 things that I like to do just to reconnect with feeling pretty. So sorry that I spent the whole time telling you a story, but hopefully stories inspire, and stories, I think, they help to reconnect to the soul. So some things that I do is when someone's being disrespectful to me, whether it's my color of skin, whether it's how I look or whatnot, is I'll do something to reconnect with feeling pretty, because often I don't feel pretty when they're doing that thing, right? Um, and I put below is when your body's hurt spiritually or physically, and when you're on the defense, even when you're using your softness to defend yourself, you don't feel pretty. So I do something, whether it's like bedazzling something. I got a pack of like $10 bedazzled gems. I can even show you. And so I just bought these, and I'll bedazzle something. I'll bedazzle something. Um, or I'll put on my fake nails, which are waiting to be put on. Um, or you can pour yourself a bubble bath, add flower petals, listen to Nina Simone. So that's number 2. That's something else you can do. Um, Number 3, you can remind yourself that your ancestors survived slavery and that you're still a human being. And something that I also do is I remind myself that there's nothing scary about me. So sometimes when I walk down the street, the looks people will give me are backing away, and I'm sure, especially if you're a man who's black, it's even worse. And I remind myself, oh wait, there's nothing scary about me, right? Number 4, I watch Claire Huxtable. You can laugh at me for doing that. That's what I do. I literally watch Claire Huxtable. I'm not letting people take the Cosby Show away from me. I watch Claire Huxtable. Number 5 kind of goes on with this, like this too. I loves Tyra Banks. You can see my video that I did on Tyra Banks. I know a lot of people are hating on her. As a little girl, that's who I looked up to when I saw Tyra Banks walking down the Victoria's Secret runway. First time I ever saw someone look like me. And the way that she walks, the way that she harnesses her essence, her energy on stage, like I found that helpful so many times for life, just to motivate and inspire me. So that's what number 2 for number 5. Um, Number 6, um, I take yoga classes online, and I will find a yoga teacher or Pilates teacher that specifically looks like me, and I will post links like that below of a few yoga instructors that I do. There's also number 7. There's a video called Black Woman Breathe with Me, and that's something that I did when I was trying to recover from a pretty bad incident. And so I'll put that below, and it's really nice because you get to like breathe and tap into your ancestors, but also like forgive them. It's super healing. Number 8, I do a very slow erotic dance. So like in the movie Sinners, when the guys, like they're driving down, he's talking about how his brother, I believe it um, was killed, was hung, and then his pain turned into this deep blues songs. That's what I do with erotic dance. So I'll put on just music and dance. And then number 9, this is going to be a little hard to describe, but I tap into, if it's a very serious racial incident, I tap into the energy of the Pamagira. So yeah, that's what I do. Hi, gorgeous. So I have 2 little add-ons. The first is to cultivate a friendly environment. And so when you meet someone who's racist, leave the door open that the next person that you meet won't be. This works with your reticular activating system. And it's just also a healthier way to live, but also be mindful of your environment too. And then lastly, use your senses in order to help to ground you.